Right here, and today we're looking at Unit 9, Notes 14. So we're going to talk about dividing polynomials. And so today we're going to start by doing long division. So here's what you're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is set up the box. Your divisor, or the denominator, what you're dividing by, is going to go on the outside, and the dividend, or what's the numerator, is going to go on the inside. So then you want to find a number to multiply the divisor to get the dividend. Multiply that number by all parts of the divisor and subtract, and repeat until you've reached the end of the dividend. Remember, the dividend is what you are dividing, okay? And if a remainder exists, you're going to write the divisor at the end. So I know that sounds really confusing, but I think it'll start making more sense when we actually put it into practice. So let's do that. So what we're going to do here is we are going to set up the box. Okay, so what goes underneath, here's what it's going to look like. Just like long division, we're going to have x squared minus 3x minus 40 underneath, because that's what we're dividing. And on the outside, we're going to have what we're dividing by, which is x plus 5. So now here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to look at my first term on the outside and my first term on the inside. So I'm asking myself, okay, what do I need to multiply x by to get to x squared? And I need to multiply by x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and distribute in that x. So x times x is x squared. So I'm multiplying by x. So I'm going to put that x over the x column here. So x times x is x squared. That's going to go down here underneath the x squared column. X times 5 is 5x. Now, just like regular old long division, we need to subtract, and I like to go through and change the signs of everything. So my x squareds cancel, and I'm left with negative 8x minus 40. So now I need to figure out, what do I need to multiply x by to get negative 8x? So what do I need to multiply x by to get negative 8x? And that's negative 8. So I'm multiplying x plus 5 times negative 8, and I'm going to take that negative 8 and distribute it in. So I get negative 8x minus 40. Now that's being subtracted off. So since it's being subtracted off, I need to change the signs of everything, and I forgot to do this. Whatever you put on the outside over here, you need to write up top over here. So I noticed that it canceled out to 0. So what's written on top here, this x minus 8, is my final answer. So x minus 8 is my final answer for that one. Now let's take a look at number 2. So I'm going to erase all of this so we can get lots of space for number 2. So I'm going to set this up. So we're dividing x squared minus 9x minus 10, and on the outside is x plus 1. So again, we need to figure out what we need to multiply x by to get x squared. So to get x squared, we need to multiply by x. So I'm taking x and I'm multiplying it times x plus 1 and distributing that in. So I end up getting x squared plus 1x. And again, that's being subtracted, so I need to change the signs of everything. X squared minus x squared cancels out. Negative 9 minus 1 is negative 10x. And then we're going to go ahead and bring down the negative 10. So now I'm asking myself what I need to multiply x by to get negative 10x. And that's going to be negative 10. So I'm taking negative 10 and I'm multiplying it times x plus 1. So we're going to take that negative 10 and distribute it back in. So then I get negative 10x minus 10. Now again, that's being subtracted, so I'm going to change the signs of everything, and I end up getting a remainder of 0. So that means I'm going to go to the top, and my final answer is x minus 10. Taking a look at number 2, let's set that up for long division. So we have x squared plus 3x minus 24, and that's going to be x minus 4 on the outside. So first thing I ask myself is what I need to multiply x by to get to x squared, and that's x. So I need to multiply each of these terms by x. If you still need to write out this distribution thing to help yourself, feel free, but I'm not going to write that out anymore. So I'm taking x and multiplying each of these by x. X times x is x squared. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Again, subtracting that off, so I change the signs of everything. I do suggest you change the signs so you remember that you're subtracting that second number. 3x plus 4x is 7x, and then we're going to bring down the 24. So then I need to figure out what I need to multiply x by to get 7x. And that's just going to be plus 7. So I'm multiplying each of these terms by 7. 7 times x is 7x. 7 times 4 is negative 28. Again, that's being subtracted, so I change the signs of everything. And then negative 24 plus 28 is just going to give me 4. So this time I have a remainder. So I am going to take my answer from up there, which is x plus 7. And now here's what you do with the remainder. You're going to take the remainder, which is 4, and you're going to write it over what you were originally dividing by, which is x minus 4. So down here, that's going to become the denominator of your remainder, which is x minus 4. So that's your final answer for number 3. Let's take a look at number 4. So for number 4, even though it's written out differently, it's still the same thing. Underneath here, I have x squared plus 7x plus 12. And then out here is x plus 3, because the x plus 3 is what we're dividing by. So it makes sense that that would come on the outside. So now we need to figure out what I need to multiply x by to get to x squared. And I need to multiply by x. So I'm going to take each of these terms and multiply them by x squared. So I get x squared plus 3x when I multiply each of those by x. So now I'm subtracting those off, so I like to change each of those signs. X squared minus x squared cancels out. 7x minus 3x is 4x. So once I've gotten to that point, I'm going to go ahead and bring down my plus 12. X. So how do I go from x to 4x? Well, I multiply by 4. So then I'm taking each of these terms and multiplying them by 4. So I get 4x plus 12. Again, I'm subtracting that off, so I'm going to change the signs of everything, and I get a remainder of 0. So that means my answer is just what was on top since my remainder was 0, and that is x plus 4. All right, let's take a look at number 5. So going ahead and setting these up. So I'm going to have 2x minus 1 on the outside and 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 on the inside. So again, even though there's a 2 out front, it's still the same thing. What do I need to multiply 2x by to get 2x squared? Well, I already had the 2 in front. All I need to get to is the x squared. So all I have to do is multiply by x. So I'm taking each of these terms and multiplying them by x. 2x times x is 2x squared. Negative 1 times x is negative 1x. So now I'm going to take the negative and distribute it in. My 2x squareds cancel, and 3x plus 1x is 4x. And then we're going to bring down the minus 5. So now I'm asking myself, what do I need to multiply by 2x by to get 4x? Well, I already have the x. So now I'm focusing on what do I need to multiply 2 by to get 4. And that's going to be 6, or by 2, sorry. So I'm multiplying everything by 2. So 2x times 2 is going to give me 4x. Negative 1 times 2 is going to give me negative 2. So I'm subtracting that off, and I end up getting a remainder of negative 3. So here what we have is x plus 2, and then we have minus 3 divided by what, now because negative 3 is our remainder, that's why I did a minus there. And now when we do our remainders, we write it over what our original bottom was. And this right here is our final answer for number 5. So let's take a look now at number 6 and getting that all set up. So for number 6, we're going to have 2x minus 3 on the outside, then on the inside 4n cubed. Now notice that it skips n squared. So I'm going to put in 0n squared as a placeholder. Plus 5n minus 21. Okay, so if it ever skips a number, you need to put in 0 of that place. So your exponent should go entirely in order. So I put a 0 as a placeholder. So 2, how do I go from 2, oops, this should be an n. How do I go from 2n to 4n cubed? Well, I need a 2, first of all, to multiply from 2 to 4. And then I have 1n, and I need 3. So that means I need 2 more n. So I'm going to multiply by 2n squared. Well, 2n times 2n squared is 4n cubed. Negative 3 times 2n is negative 6n squared. So now again, I'm subtracting those off. So what I end up getting is 6n squared. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring down the 5n. So now I'm asking myself, what do I need to multiply 2n by to get 6n squared? Well, to multiply from 2 to 6, I need 3. I need 3. Come on, it's not letting me write. There we go. And then to multiply from n to n squared, I need an n. So I'm multiplying each of these by 3n squared. So I get 6n squared here. Negative 3 times 3 is going to be a negative 9, and then we have n. So again, I'm subtracting that off. So here I have 5 plus 9, which is going to give me 14n. And then I'm going to bring down the negative 21. So now I'm asking myself, what do I need to multiply 2 by to get to 14? My ends are already good. So to go from 2 to 14, I need to multiply by 7. So I'm going to put that up there. So then I'm multiplying each of these by 7. So I get 14n minus 21. And I'm subtracting that off, so I change the signs of everything. So I get a remainder of 0. So my final answer is what's written on top, which is 2n squared plus 3n plus 7. And that's my final answer for number 6. All right, let's take a look at number 7. Same thing as that last one. I'm going to have the a minus 2 on the outside, and then I need to skip. I have a cubed, but I have no a squared, so I need to put in 0a squared plus 8a minus 24. Okay, so now I need to figure out what I need to do. How do I multiply from a to a cubed? Well, I'm missing 2 a's. Okay, so that means I need to multiply by a squared. So then I'm multiplying each of these terms by a squared. A times a squared is a cubed. Negative 2 times a squared is negative 2a squared. Now that's being subtracted off, so I change the signs of everything. So I get 2a squared. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring down the 8a. Okay? So then, what we need to do now is we need to figure out what we need to multiply a by to get to 2a squared. Well, first of all, I need to multiply by 2, and then I need another a, so I also need to multiply by a. So I'm multiplying each of those by 2a. Well, a times 2a is 2a squared. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, and then I have a. So again, subtracting that off. So what I end up getting here is 12a, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring down the minus 24. So now what do I need to multiply a by to get 12a? Well, I need to multiply by 12. So I'm multiplying each of those terms times 12. 12 times a is 12a, negative 2 times 12 is negative 24. So then subtract that off, change the signs, and you end up getting 0. So I have a remainder of 0. So my final answer is a squared plus 2a plus 12. Alrighty, so next let's go ahead and let's take a look at number 8. So for number 8 we have x minus 3 over here, and then underneath we have x squared plus x minus 12. So now I need to figure out what I need to multiply x by to get to x squared, and that's just x. So then when I multiply each of those by x, I get x squared minus 3x. So now I'm subtracting those off, so that becomes addition. X plus 3x is 4x. Again, I do suggest that you actually go through and change the signs when you're subtracting, because that'll make it a lot easier for you. So now I need to figure out what I need to multiply x by to get to 4x, and I need to multiply by 4. So I'm taking each of these terms and multiplying them by 4. So then again, I'm subtracting that off, so I want to change the signs of everything, and you get 0. So then your final answer is x plus 4 for number 8. All right, let's take a look at number 9. Same thing here, except we're going to have to leave an extra space for that x cubed. So I noticed that there is no x cubed function, so I'm going to have to leave space for that. So I have 6x, oh no, wait. There is an x cubed. Never mind. I thought that was a 4. So I have 6x cubed minus 10x squared plus 6x minus 20. So our exponents go in descending order, so we're good to go. So now I need to figure out what I need to multiply 2 by to get to 6. I need to multiply by 3. How do I go from x to x cubed? Well, I need to multiply by x squared. So 2 times 3 is 6. X times x squared is x cubed. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12, and then we have x squared. So again, I'm subtracting that off, so I want to change the signs of everything. So negative 10x squared plus 12x squared is going to give me 2x squared. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring down that 6x. So what do I need to multiply 2x by to get to 2x squared? Well, that's just going to be x. So I'm multiplying everything by x. So I have 2x times x is 2x squared. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. So then I'm going to take and change the signs of everything, and then I get 10x. So I'm going to go ahead and bring down that negative 20. So what do I need to multiply 2 by to get to 10? And that's just going to be 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. X, 4 times 5 is negative 20. So we're going to go ahead and subtract that off, And when I do, I change the signs of everything and end up getting a remainder of 0. So then my final answer is what's on top, and there's no remainder, so I don't have to write it. So my final answer is 3x squared plus x plus 10. Last but not least, let's take a look at number 10. So we need to, let me just change my color here. So we need to write that out. So we're going to have x plus 1 on the outside, and then underneath is x squared minus 6x minus 2. So we need to figure out what we need to multiply x by to get to x squared, and that's just going to be x. So we have x squared plus 1x. So now I'm subtracting those off, so I change the signs. So then I end up getting negative 7x when I add those together. Then I need to bring down the minus 2. So what do I need to multiply negative 7 or x by to get negative 7x? Well, that's just going to be negative 7. Oops, I did x squared, not x cubed. That's why that isn't working. Ignore that, erase it. Sorry about that. So we have x plus 1, and then I thought that was an x squared. I can't really see on there. That's actually an x cubed, so we need to leave space for our x squared. And then minus 6x, and then minus 2. So let's go ahead and redo that. So what do we need to multiply x by to get x cubed? Well, that's going to be x squared. So we have x cubed plus 1x squared. So now we're going to subtract those off, so we change the signs. That should be a minus 2 there. And so we get negative 1x squared, and I'm going to go ahead and bring down the 6x. So what do we need to multiply x by to get negative x squared? Well, that's going to be a negative x because we want to change the signs. So then we get negative x squared, and then that's going to be minus 1x. Sorry. So we're going to go through, change the signs of everything, and here we end up getting a negative 5x, and then bring down the negative 2. What do we need to multiply x by to get negative 5x? And that's going to be negative 5. So we get negative 5x minus 5. Now we're subtracting that off, so we want to change the signs of everything. So I end up getting 3 as a remainder. So I'm going to write out what was on top, which is x squared minus x minus 5. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my remainder of 3 divided by my original divisor, which is x plus 1. So that's your final answer, and that concludes your note video for today. Thank you for listening.